Nebraska, Grim After Dark, starring John and Danny.
Guys, last week, FLG and Creative Daddy and Stream Overlord himself, Al Heffelfinger, suspended us for a single week as our prior episode was just awful. It was really bad. But this week, the illustrious Bam Bam Hunter joins us as we recap the last week in the 40k community. But don't worry, I actually wrote stuff this time, so it's actually going to be pretty grim after dark. My co-host, as always, needs some retro action. He's trying to make the morale phase a thing. It's Danny MacDevitt. Danny, 2 weeks ago, we released the most meta episode we've ever done by showing how terrible ranking podcast episodes are by doing a terrible ranking episode.
We really hated B tier, I think, is kind of the main takeaway. I think we only ranked one thing in there. Also, God, what boring content. I'm really sorry, you guys. Like that was our bad. Like, I apologize profusely. Like I'll apologize for this. It wasn't my idea. But I'll take the blame.
I think the real takeaway from this last episode is all tier list based podcast episodes are terrible.
Yep.
Danny.
I mean, look, I could add on to that, John, but I don't have to. We all know the answer to that. The proof is in the pudding. Literally last week or the week before last. You can watch it yourself. So just don't do it. Don't do it. Don't go back and click on YouTube. Like go in there, open up 2 weeks episode and watch it again just for, nostalgia or to see how truly bad a podcast can be.
Definitely don't go to wherever you find great podcasts. Go to Grim After Dark 2 weeks ago and listen to the audio only version of what's already a heavily picture based show. Be purely picture based. But if you do, like, subscribe, 5-star reviews, all that other kind of fun.
Oh man, I forgot I need to describe these pictures more.
Chat's letting us know we need a tier list of Friends episodes. Nothing like ranking 220 terrible references of the 90s. Danny, go ahead. Introduce our guest.
Oh, well, you've probably seen this guy's name around the internet quite a bit. Whether it's hosting his podcast or repping a GT with the name Flying Monkey. I don't know if you've heard of that before, or his various different GT wins over the years. Tonight, we are pleased to welcome, like an actually good guest we have tonight. We have Bam Hunter.
You appear to have a leg lamp in the background, Bam. What's going on with that?
It's a prized possession. It's a major award. It's the one thing I think I managed to keep in my divorce that I really like. So it's on display for the world to see.
It's beautiful. So Bam, as Danny says, you are the part of the Flying Monkey cast. What is a Flying Monkey cast?
Well, the Flying Monkey podcast, pretty much it's I think in the Warhammer world, there's like the East Coast guys, there's like the West Coast guys, and then there's all of us in the Midwest that never get like anything done or talked about. So I kind of felt like I just want to talk about the Midwest competitive circuit and what was going on in the Midwest, and so we started a podcast to do it. And then me and a couple of my buddies run the Flying Monkey Con, which is a big major in the region every year. So it's just kind of it, man. Just letting everybody know what we're up to in the flyover states and trying to stay out of trouble.
Absolutely. So, okay, you said, I'm assuming the name of the podcast came from Flying Monkey Con, the con. What on earth made you choose the name Flying Monkey Con?
Okay, so everybody's stupid out there when you tell them you're from Kansas. You know, what the one movie they know of in all their repertoire of Hollywood flicks is
Born
The Wizard
Identity.
of Oz.
Oh,
So they'll
Close
you always
guess.
have people that make, Dorothy or Wizard of Oz references, and so when the team was being formed, they just kind of just went with it. So the team just kind of became the Flying Monkeys. and just rocking the whole Oz thing, the Kansas thing, and just I guess owning the dumb trope is what it boils down to.
Sure.
Yeah, you guys can't see it right now, even the video people, but Bam actually wearing red slippers right now. Can't see them.
Yeah, true.
Um,
And the other thing
Actually, I'm
you
not
can't
even
see,
wearing
which
pants.
just slippers.
Me too.
Yes.
Well, and luckily for you guys missed Val picking a scab on his arm. So, which was great.
This is
It
the
was like
kind
a
of
zombie
content you
movie.
show up live for.
Yeah, perfect.
So, what Bam would you say your main army is? Well, like, what are you known for 40K wise?
Dude, Space Wolves. I even got like the tattoo.
Oh, heck yeah.
Going on away. Yeah, I started this hobby in the '90s, and the first army like I fell in love with was Space Wolves, and I would say that like I'm in an abusive relationship because I keep getting some
Tattoos.
violence enacted
No.
on me, yeah, and then just continue coming back for more. So, but Space Wolves is where it's at for me, and lately I've been dabbling with some side chicks and having some success, but I always end up going home to my Space Wolves.
So, what was it that drove you to Space Wolves? Was it just kind of like the weird, like, furry aesthetic of them? Was it the kind of the close combatness, or did you just like the wolf pelt thing?
In the '90s, like I'm not sure furries were a thing yet, so that definitely wasn't my calculus
Pre-bandwagoning.
for what army to play.
Believe,
Yeah,
believe me,
and
they were.
yeah, were they? My bad.
Oh,
My
dang.
They
bad.
really
I
were.
lost so much respect for you right now, but that's cool. Keep going.
And
Keeping in mind the meme, inside of me there are two wolves. Pam, how many wolves are inside of you?
and based on what I stepped on the scale this morning, there's about 3, and they're all hungry. So
But yeah, how is kind of the Nephilim 9.5 year of 40K treating your Space Wolves?
the way the army that I built and played before translates into Nephilim, it just doesn't work. I played a GT Show Me Showdown a couple weekends ago with Space Wolves, and started out really well. I 2 wins right off the bat, and then I had to play Ben Sherwin, which everybody knows who Ben is, and I lost Ben by 1 point, so it was 82 to 81, and I lost. And then day 2, I had to play Necrons 3 times, and if you have not played the Necrons under the new missions, you're not
Oppressive.
hating 40K enough yet. So it is oppressive. I played Kiever from Vanguard Tactics, and we had a really good game with my Space Wolves. I won that game like 94 to 90, and Kiever's a good player. He kicked my teeth in last year, so it was nice to kind of get the win over him this year. And then the last 2 games, I played Scott Bludgeon from Frozen North, who's really good. And then I played another player from the Kansas City area with Necrons, and he ran triple Catans and just stuffed mortals up my butt for 5 turns, and that was pretty much the story of the game. So it was we'll see. I haven't cracked the code yet for Nephilim, but I think I will at some point. We'll see what happens.
Moving on, guys. There's memes. Guys, all of these guys are on the way.
Oh.
We have the Chode Vatan in their exo armor suits. We have the Hearthkin. We have the Moon Buggy. Everything's coming on. Bam, starting with you. What's your take on this reimagining of the squats as this League of Votan?
Man, I am full send. Like I am buying all these models, and I'm building them and I'm painting them. I don't care if they suck. It's dope. So I've liked everything I've saw so far, and I like the flavor of it. It's aesthetically like a new style that we haven't seen in the 40K universe, and all the models they've been teasing. Like I'm all about it, man. It's cool.
Yeah. Danny, we seeing, and also we're going to jump into your chat. First Imperium Army. Excuse you, it is not an Imperium Army. There's some war of words there. But Danny, moving on to you, the exosuit is an upgraded design of like an old model from the 80s. What's your take on kind of the reimagining of the squad exosuit?
Hey, look, anytime I can shout up a dwarf, I'm gonna be into it. So I love those models. I like their little swords. I like their little guns. I really like that really cool big exosuit thing from Necromunda. I kind of
Mhm.
hope that they might get that in their list, but I'm not super hopeful for that. But like everything that they've released so far for squats looks just amazing. And like it's kind of got that like grungy but like real like high-tech realistic style to it that I really like.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm into it.
I don't know, man. I know a lot of the helmets versus not helmet debate has gone on since time started, but I'll probably build as many dudes as possible with a dome on their head.
Where do you stand in that debate? Yeah, are you someone who has taste in class, or do you like non-helmeted heads?
So let's go back to the Space Wolves thing, and it actually makes sense in the fiction and the lore that the keen senses of the Space Wolves are better than the machine shit in their helmet. So that's why they ditch the helmets at times.
Yep.
So there's actually
Also,
a fictional reason
their
for
hair
that.
and beard too giant for the helmet. Or they say it's like their sense of
Absolutely.
smell, but they just can't fit all of that hair in there. It would mess up their dues. Um, how do you guys see Votan? What play style are you imagining you're going to see on the table from Votan from kind of what's been previewed so far? Bam Bam.
I don't know, man. The last I guess new army they kind of put out was a Gene Stealer Colt. So I wonder if there'll be Gene Stealer Colt whenever it first came on the scene, there was a lot of tricky new mechanics, and I wonder if we'll get introduced some new style of mechanics as far as like how the game is played, and I wonder if they'll play into the mining or the explorer aspect of the army in the rules. So that's kind of what I'm hoping happens. I don't just want like another Space Marine army to play. I want something that has like an actual feeling of being something different on the tabletop that does different things, different tricks.
Yeah, I feel like there's gotta be some kind of AI mechanic or something like that to help, kind of, like, reinforce that very pushed kind of, aesthetic that they have or, like, the background fluff that they have. So I'm looking forward to, like, some machine learning or, like, telling the telling the squats what to do, that'd be fine. Though what Bam said, really, excited about, I hope there's some mining mechanics in there, like miners from Warhammer Fantasy Battle, like maybe popping up off the board edge or popping up in the
Hmm.
middle of the table. You'd love to see it.
Maybe like a flame cannon style thing, possibly like an organ.
Yeah,
Maybe some kind of like
sure.
flying helicopter style thing. I don't know. Maybe put a rune of
Oh
stealth
yeah,
on it.
give me a helicopter. That'd be pretty cool. But most importantly, John, I think we both understand that the thing that's most important with the Votan release is going to be the land train.
When the land train comes out, I want to try and get FLGN All Star and just all around great person, Peter the Falcon on, so we can spend an entire hour discussing one picture of a land train. That would make me just. That's going to be right up there with our Christmas episode this year, which is just going to be an Avatar 2 review. The Votanian is looking at being a comfortable crotch height to Marines. Guys, are you, we're going to try starting here with Bam. Are you surprised about how squat, to use a terrible word, the Votanians
Oh,
are?
God.
Oh man, I don't know. I guess might give new meaning to the word, given some dome.
Yeah, I think all in all, you'll find that the height of these models just comes up a little short.
Move this man!
You can't groan my terrible squat joke and then make an even worse joke yourself.
Actually,
Simply
John,
not allowed.
contractually, you'll find that I can.
Well, then let's move on to our very last slide. That's enough seriousness just now. We have Citadel Color refreshed their range with new contrast paints and reformulated shades, sharing this article. Caution, 7 side effects of painting your miniatures. Guys, what are those side effects?
Well, mine is my pocketbook because I had to buy a new paint rack for my shop. So
Danny, what do you got?
Are you familiar with the concept of testicular torsion?
No, please explain it to me.
John, this is where the testicles actually twist up internally, and it can be extremely painful and lead to necrosis of the testes.
Yeah, fantastic. That love that there.
That-
Well, I guess the number one side effect of not painting your miniatures is you get to have internet provided by the state of Kansas or Alaska.
That's all, folks.
Guilty. Guilty.
Fair.
Bam, thank you so much for coming on. Go ahead, plug your stuff, let people know where to find you.
Anytime, guys. I appreciate being on tonight. Val, thanks for having me too. Flying Monkey Con, www.flyingmonkeycon.com. September 23rd through the 25th here in Wichita, Kansas. It's a major. I probably have 100 some folks this year. 6-rounder. Good event. We have a lot of fun every year. And I've been on a hiatus or a break, but Flying Monkeys Wargaming is the podcast. So you can get it about anywhere you get it: iTunes, Spotify, Google. That's the regular podcast I do. It will be coming back here probably in a week or two, but I've just been taking a break and living the dream. So appreciate you guys having me on tonight.
Oh
Heck
man,
yeah,
thanks for coming on.
Yeah, anytime. Guys, what an amazing show. And I cannot wait until next week as we bring on an extra special guest along for the ride. And to prove the quality of the internet up here, maybe I'll stream from a random location. So if you're at an Alaskan McDonald's, guys, I won't be joking anymore. I might literally be beside the play area or in it. Who knows? We'll be back next Monday. Thanks to everyone here. Thanks to our live crew for showing up. If you don't watch us every Monday live at 10 p.m., East Coast time, you're probably a sensible person. My name's John. It's been pretty grim after dark.